When you're in the White House, this is a very sacred place to me. This is a very special place. You have to treat the White House with respect. You have to treat the presidency with respect.
Just moments after that lecture on respect, President Trump went on to do something we're now somewhat used to. He attacked the free press. When asked a question he didn't like this morning, Trump resorted to name-calling. And as many have pointed out, in just these last 3 days, in addition, of course, to Jim Acosta of CNN, who the president mocked again today, some of the president's most vicious verbal attacks have been directed at black female journalists.
On the campaign trail, you called yourself a nationalist. Some people saw that as emboldening white nationalists. Now people are also saying
I don't know why you'd say that. That's such a racist question. You just have to sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. I didn't call you.
Do you want him to rein in Robert Mueller?
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions. The same thing with April Ryan. I watch her get up. I mean, you talk about somebody that's a loser. She doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
With us tonight to talk about all of it, Mara Gay, a member of the New York Times editorial board, and we convinced Phil Rucker to stick around just for a few more minutes to have this discussion. Mara, these are three terrific reporters. Two of them have been on this broadcast. The one the president called stupid today did pretty well at Harvard, I understand. What are we watching going on here?
Well, we're watching a couple things. Politically, obviously, race baiting, racism is something that Trump feels very comfortable with. He feels that it's a way for him to connect with the deepest red of his base. That's a sad statement about where we are in American politics. But I also think it's more of an effort to undermine the free press. I mean, he didn't just choose any black women to go after. He chose, as you said, Ryan, people who are part of a free press. And so the exercise is to undermine the press by having them be, we're us, right? We're good Americans, and they're the enemy. And so the best way in the United States, unfortunately, to call someone an other, if you want to otherize someone, still, 300 years later, is to show that they are black in this country. That's where we are. And I just want to point out, too, I mean, Michelle Obama touched on this, but not only are our press freedoms undermined, but these individual reporters, what they go through is hellish. And, the kind of threats, the kind of
that
hate.
We don't talk about.
Absolutely. I mean, I've gotten some myself, but I can't even imagine being on the front lines like they are. So he's really putting them in harm's way.
Phil, having traveled with that merry band in another era, the White House press corps is usually pretty tight. And April and Yamiche and Abby, you've worked with these women. These are women of esteem being taken down publicly.
Yeah, Abby Phillip was a colleague of mine at the Washington Post until she joined CNN. We covered this White House together. She asked smart questions. I've never known her to ask a stupid question. And as you mentioned, she went to Harvard. She's an intelligent professional journalist. And it's a real shame what we see happening here. And one of the most interesting things the president said at that press availability this morning was he gave that lecture about the White House being a sacred place and how you have to respect the White House, respect the office of the presidency. And people who have observed Trump a long time will say he likes to project, and that he'll project onto others the criticisms that he faces himself. And you have to wonder, how can he expect everybody else to respect the White House when he's tweeting horseface and calling the press the enemy of the people and sort of day in and day out doing things that cut away at that presidential decorum?
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.